What is going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to destroying the Michael Jordan critics one by one for the GOAT. This was highly anticipated and highly recommended. As you guys know, I'm transitioning out of, being the biggest LeBron fan into a probably even bigger Jordan fan. Thanks to you guys. You guys been recommending me amazing videos and just, helping me just actually discover amazing things about basketball and obviously Michael Jordan, because I didn't know a lot about Michael Jordan, but thanks to you guys, I've been having a blast. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. And if you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, man, and join the crew. But with that being said, let's get it. Yes, sir.
Believe that Michael Jordan is the GOAT? Absolutely not. Some of the most knowledgeable people in basketball have their own opinions on who they think the greatest player of all time is. In fact, it makes these types of debates fun.
I had a feeling that most NBA players' GOAT is Jordan. I haven't heard a lot of people say Kareem is the GOAT of basketball, but I heard at least two people in my life. Let me know down below, who do you guys have ranked as the #1 GOAT of all time? I'm curious. Let me know down below.
Where there's a variety of opinions. But when you use false narratives to tear down Michael Jordan, that's when there's a problem. And there are many ridiculous critiques on the near consensus GOAT. We're going to go one by one and tear each one of them down by using logic and numbers.
Okay.
The most popular one that we see is that Jordan went 1-9 in the playoffs.
Kind of excited right now just cause it's Michael Jordan. I don't know what it is, but I'm actually hyped to see some Jordan stats now. Cause back then I was like, maybe he might prove me wrong. Now it's just I'm already knowing that Jordan is just above average. This guy is just way too good at basketball.
Before Scottie Pippen was drafted. In other words, people are disqualifying him for what he failed to do in the first 3 seasons of his career. If we're using that logic, then poor Wemby. He's already disqualified for failing in his rookie season.
What?
His team missed the playoffs and the Spurs went 22-60. I guess those people don't have LeBron James as their GOAT.
Yeah, were you guys an automatic Jordan fan as soon as he came to the NBA? The NBA drastically changed, or down the line when in the 90s you guys just became Jordan fans? Can you guys let me know down below? Cause I'm genuinely curious. Is there actually Jordan fans that were fans of him when he was drafted? Cause that would be insane.
His team missed the playoffs in his first 2 seasons. At least the Bulls reached the playoffs. And what about Kobe Bryant? He was coming off the bench for his first 2 seasons. What did he do?
Kobe was coming off the bench? There's no way Kobe Bean Bryant came off the bench his first 2 seasons. He didn't play. He wasn't a starter. Why didn't I give him the opportunity?
Contribute to the Lakers' success. I seriously hope that you caught my sarcastic tone. I believe it's foolish to put that much weight on what a player failed to do that early in their careers.
Fact.
But if you want to have a serious conversation on Jordan's supposed failures without Scottie Pippen, then we can break it down. In the 1983-84 season, the Bulls won 27 games. In Jordan's rookie season, they won 38 games, which is an 11-game improvement. They went from being the second worst team in the league to a playoff team.
Wow.
And they were playing the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round, who won 59 games. Expecting a rookie to carry such a weak team to victory over a legitimate title contender is beyond nonsense.
That doesn't make sense. People actually expected Jordan to carry a rookie, as a rookie, his team to a championship. What did people expect? He was literally fresh into the NBA during this time.
In the following season, he broke his foot and missed 64 games.
Oh, wow.
With him gone, the Bulls won 30 games. If anything, this proves how little talent the Bulls had other than Michael Jordan. They somehow reached the playoffs, and they faced what many consider the greatest team of all time. The Boston Celtics won 30.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if Scottie Pippen was Scottie Pippen in the 90s, Jordan and Pippen are easily taking that. Not even with Dennis Rodman, I feel like. Chat, do you guys agree with me? I feel like without Scottie Pippen. I'm talking about the 1992, 93, 91 Chicago Bulls. I feel like they would take the Celtics and easily destroy them. I don't know. Can you guys let me know down below what you guys think about that?
7 more games than the Bulls. Jordan averaged 43.7 points per game on 51% shooting against that team, and they still couldn't win a game. Do you seriously want to blame Michael for that? Check out what happened in the next season. Remember, we're talking about the same team that won 30 games with Jordan out with an injury.
Okay.
They lost their 4 best scoring options. Orlando Woolridge was traded for a second-round draft pick. Quentin Daly left to play for the Clippers. George Gervin left to play in Italy.
They were basically rebuilding on Jordan. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know this. Okay.
And Sidney Green was traded away for pieces that ended up being of no use.
What?
So this team, that wasn't talented to begin with, lost all of their best scorers. Who was called upon to help MJ on the offensive end? It was
Hold on. So if they were basically rebuilding, and I didn't even know George Gervin was on the Chicago Bulls. Chat, was he good on Chicago? And why would he go to Italy to play basketball? Was he just trying to play at like a hometown or something? Or he was getting paid big? Let me know down below with that. Because I'm genuinely curious. But, like, so they basically rebuilt. How did Jordan turn this around and just become who he is today? What? This guy was an underdog.
Charles Oakley, who was only in his second season. This team was so bad that the New York Times wrote that if Jordan concentrated on passing to the other Bulls, Chicago might finish 20-62 or 0-82.
What?
The only way they could remain competitive.
There's no way in history people actually thought a team with Michael Jordan and he's on there playing, averaging amazing points. They thought they were going to go 0-82. That is actually insane. And he has 59 points casually, 37 season average. What?
Was if he won games by himself. That led him to average his career high 37.1 points, which is still the highest average since the merger. And again, they faced the Boston Celtics in the first round. You know, the team that had 5 Hall of Fame players. One player cannot contend with that, no matter how good they are. In the next season, the Bulls drafted Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. They also traded for Sam Vincent, who was a sharp outside shooter. This was a season where they finally got out of the first round. How much did those 2 players contribute to the 1988 playoffs? Well, in that first round series, Jordan averaged 45.2 points per game.
Hold on, let me clean my eyes. Am I seeing that right? 45.2 points per game. That's some video game numbers. I don't even think a human being can do that right now in the NBA. That is actually insane, chat. And you guys told me that this was probably the hardest era in NBA history. You know, hand checking and everything. And for him to actually do this shows a lot about his character.
While Pippen and Grant averaged a combined 19.4 points.
Wow.
Come on, people. The numbers clearly indicate that he didn't need Scottie Pippen to advance past the first round.
Yeah.
Obviously not, because he was only a rookie. He just needed competent players who could help a little on the offensive end. What about in 1989, when the Bulls made the conference finals? How much did they contribute? Pippen averaged
Off the bat, they just started winning as soon as Pippen was drafted. Like, they just started winning. Jordan only needed a little bit of pieces, and then he'll start winning. This guy was supposed to win from the beginning. I feel like if Jordan was drafted with an actual team around him as a rookie, I feel like he'd carry them to a championship. Because, bro, these guys are literally so young. Is Pippen in his second season in 89? This guy, Jordan, is unstoppable. What?
13.1 points, and Grant averaged 10.8 points in the playoffs.
Wow.
Jordan averaged 34.8 points. He also led the team in assists and steals. Doesn't that sound like a one-man show to you? If not, let's look at a historical comparison. Let's look at the 1994 Houston Rockets. You know, the team where we're all in agreement that they were a one-man show led by Hakeem Olajuwon. Their second leading scorer was Otis Thorpe, who averaged 14 points per game.
Wow.
And even Vernon Maxwell averaged more than Scottie. He averaged 13.6 points for the 1994 playoffs. Now let's look at the 2001 Philadelphia 76ers. This team was led by Allen Iverson and a bunch of role players / defensive specialists. Aaron McKie and Dikembe Mutombo both averaged more points in the playoffs than Scottie.
This guy, like Allen Iverson's point ratio to these guys, it's like this guy was balling by himself. But you know, defense matters, so it doesn't really show on the defensive, like on the stat sheet. But
Scottie Pippen did. This is the point that I'm trying to make. I believe it's common knowledge that a star player needs great teammates to win a championship. No one is denying that he couldn't do it without Pippen. But to say that he couldn't succeed without him is completely missing the facts of the matter. Here's the next Jordan critique. There are some who believe that losing to the Detroit Pistons 3 years in a row should disqualify him as the GOAT. Now I'm not going to sit here.
okay, I think that's a little bit too far. Because the 3 years that he was losing is genuinely him getting beat down. Like, I feel like they would have never actually won if they actually weren't doing that. Like, fouling and everything. And I don't even think the Pistons sweeped the Bulls. Chat, can you guys let me know down below? Did the Pistons sweep the Bulls? The bad boy Pistons?
Here and discredit what the Pistons accomplished. They are a historically great team that played incredibly well together.
Facts.
Just as I mentioned about the Boston Celtics earlier, one great player wasn't going to be that team. But is that enough to disqualify him? Are we taking away points for a player losing in the playoffs? I believe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Here's why. 99% of all players that have ever played in the NBA lost more than they won. Unless your GOAT is Bill Russell. That line of argument.
I feel like you gotta lose more to actually learn how to win. Learn how to win. Like Jordan lost 3 years, right, to the Pistons. He went back, got super strong. He can absorb contact now. He's a way better all around basketball player. I feel like it opens your eyes and it shows you what your weak spots are as a basketball player. So I think losing is a good part of the game.
Is simply flawed. The question that we should be really asking is, did Jordan cause the Bulls to lose? Did he deserve any of the blame? That is where we really go hard on the players. Think of LeBron's performance in the 2011 finals, Kobe in the 2004 finals, or Magic Johnson in the 1980.
As a LeBron fan, that 2011 finals is like, he was non-existent. Like, I feel like that should count because that was OD bad.
1984 finals. Let's look at the numbers for each playoff series. In 1988, Jordan averaged 27.4 points on 49% shooting. Remember, this was the same team that invented the Jordan rules and supposedly shut him down. But that's not what the numbers say. Instead, they did a great job of shutting down everyone else. Their second leading scorer, Sam Vincent, averaged 12.8 points on 41% shooting. The Bulls were nowhere near as talented as the Pistons, and that's why they lost in 5 games. If that was the case in 1988, then we can say the same in 1989. The Pistons won 63 games, while the Bulls won 47 games. It was almost the same story. Jordan averaged 29.7 points on 46% shooting. Their second leading scorer, Craig Hodges, averaged 12 points on 40%.
What is going on? Why are these role players or like these second guys to Jordan are not even averaging at least 15 and up? It's always 12. Are these guys getting shut down by the Pistons? Is that why? Because the Pistons can't shut down Jordan without hurting him.
45% shooting. In the following season, the Bulls finally had the talent to give the Pistons a fair fight. And how did they perform? If you look at the stat line, there were only 2 players who shot over 43% from the field. That was Michael Jordan and Charles Davis, who took a grand total of 1 shot that series. On the other hand, MJ averaged 32.1 points while leading the team in assists and steals. Did the Bulls lose because of him in those 3 seasons? No. Did he underperform at a shockingly low level where people question his individual greatness? No.
I don't even think that's the problem with Jordan. I don't even think he actually underperforms. I feel like when Jordan loses, it's all on his teammates. As crazy as that seems, based on what I've been seeing, it's like whatever they do to actually stop him, whatever they do to actually like continue to foul him or do anything to him on the basketball court, it's not him. It's his opponents or his teammates. Cause this guy's averaging 30 something to 40 points per game, and it's ridiculously crazy. I've never seen something like this.
In fact, he was the only reason the series in 1988 and 1989 were competitive. The Pistons knew they couldn't contain him. The numbers say they never did. Instead, they contained everyone else, and that's why they lost. Once his teammates increased their level of play, they were able to crush the Detroit Pistons in 1991. I was able to break this down in this video, and I encourage everyone to watch it to get the full analysis of that series. But there should be no shame in losing to a historically great team while you're the only strong scoring option. The next critique is that he was only a scorer, that he wasn't a great all-around player. Well, does an all-around player just involve standing around in defense to grab the rebounds and dishing out a lot of assists? Or does all-around also involve playing both ends of the floor? Because in 1988, he was the only player to ever win the scoring title and Defensive Player of the Year in the same.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Jordan's the best defensive at his height, 6'6", guard ever, defensive guard ever, based on what he can do both sides of the court. It's ridiculous.
Season. Oh, and by the way, he was the MVP.
Wow.
Then in 1989, he averaged 32.5 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. How many players in the history of the league have been able to match or surpass those numbers?
Nobody.
Just one. That's Luka Doncic in this offensive-friendly league. Here's the difference though. Jordan averaged 2.9 steals, while Luka averaged 1.4. That's what made Michael's stat line one of a kind. Then the 1991 finals, Jordan averaged 11.4 assists for the series. Do you know how many players have averaged more assists in the finals? Just one. That's Magic Johnson.
Jordan actually motivates me super heavily because when we reacted to Jordan, right, playing the Lakers in the finals, he actually had more assists, averaged more assists than Jordan, I think, in that series. Do you know how competitive a person has to be? Because he knows Magic Johnson's the best passer in the league. He made sure to have more. Come on, Jordan's oh, this guy's a GOAT.
Not even John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul, LeBron James, Isaiah Thomas, Rajon Rondo, or Oscar Robinson have done better. The reality is that he has always been more than just a scorer. Well, Jordan's competition wasn't the same as the players now. Really? Because in the 1988 season, where he won his first MVP, he was competing against Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Dominique Wilkins, Patrick Ewing, and Clyde Drexler. All of them were in their prime. All of them recorded great numbers. None of them could compete with what MJ was accomplishing. Then we have the 90s decade. The younger fans might be done with it, but that may be because they are scared of the truth. Do you know how many teams in those 10 years won over 50 games? 78. And we're taking away the 1999 season because of the lockout.
78?
We're halfway through this decade, and there have only been 25 teams that have won over 50 games.
Wow.
I don't know about you, but it seems like one era of basketball was much more competitive than the other. And in that era, Jordan's teams dominated.
Fact.
That's all I know, but that's enough from me. Now it's time for you all to weigh in. How would you respond to each of these criticisms? What are some of the crazy things that you have heard people say to simply knock MJ off the GOAT position.
Chat, we really gotta discuss this one. Like, genuinely. I'm not gonna lie. I have high expectations for. I know I don't have high expectations. I just know that Jordan is the goat now. There's no discussion or anything. No, blah blah blah. I genuinely know that he's the goat. It's just that this guy is so good at what he does, you can't even question it. I feel like this guy is so good, it's never his fault. It's actually his teammates, which is genuinely crazy. But chat, let me know what you guys think about this video down below, and also, recommend me some more stuff to react to. But, with that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man, and see ya. Yes, sir.